Transformers of Eternia.
Hi guys, you're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I wanted to take a look at this Transformers Reactivate / Rise. This is a Voyager Optimus Prime, I believe, and this is pretty cool looking. Now this is based on a Transformer from a video game that's upcoming, I guess, or coming soon or whatever. And I guess it's a massive multiplayer type of game. I don't know. I don't really play multiplayer games. I kind of like to just play on my own, on just give me a Transformers game and just let me just go to town on it, that type of thing. But that's cool. I understand people like that stuff. It's not really something I'm into, but I don't have to like everything. I mean, everybody likes different things. So anyway, but the actual toy, this actually looks pretty good. And that's the reason why I'm covering it. I don't cover everything that comes out, but I think this thing is kind of a cool looking actual Transformer for sure. And this has a lot of movie feel elements to it, mixed with kind of a Generations kind of feel. So that's probably why I like it. I think it just has that realistic kind of Mad Max type of Road Warrior type of end times Transformers type of scenario, mixed in with like a Generations kind of feel for the Transformers, and that's kind of a cool mix. I'll admit that. Now, a lot of the designs for these are not something that I'm really into for other characters, but we'll talk about those in another video maybe down the road. For now, we're going to talk about Optimus Prime. So let's take a look at some pictures of him. Okay, so here he is next to his actual in-game design. And the toy actually does look pretty close to the in-game design, which is pretty amazing, actually. And this also reminds me of that long time ago in Generations, there was an Optimus Prime and a green tank Megatron that were in a 2-pack together in the beginnings of classics, Generations classics or whatever. And that Optimus Prime sucked. Well, so did the Megatron as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, it was a spinny Prime. You could spin him, whatever. It was just horrible. I'm sure some of you might remember it. But it was one that I was kind of really sad that I got after I opened the box and realized it just spun freely. And it was a horrible Optimus Prime. But anyway, this one is very different. This is a Voyager scale one that actually looks really good, I think. I think this... It has a G1 looking Optimus Prime kind of feel, but it also has some newer looking little elements in there. It almost does feel like the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime in the G1 form maybe, or Generation style, I don't know. But yeah, this is another picture of him. He's basically he's got the battle axe, although it does look like somebody took like a magic marker and just put a bunch of black paint over a yellow clear axe. I don't know if that axe looks very good to me, but I don't know. It just seems a little cheap, crappy looking for that axe. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be a third-party add-on for that'll fix that problem right up real quick. But the gun is cool, and of course, this is kind of neat that you can peg it on his back. I wish it was kind of higher on his back instead of lower, because if you bend the legs, obviously that gun is get knocked right off, and I think the axe too. So yeah. I think this stuff could go on his back a little better, like maybe like a He-Man type of thing where he just kind of has a thing on his back that's, higher up. I don't know. But yeah, this is a cool looking Optimus Prime, and I would definitely think about buying this one. I don't know if I would collect all of these, but I think this one here is worthy of it. I actually think that this looks better than the actual in-game version as a toy. I don't know why. The in-game version doesn't look as good as this version, as far as I'm concerned anyway. So of course we get an Optimus Prime with a chest that opens up with the same old, I think that's like the same old Generations Matrix. I don't know, it's probably different, but it looks a lot like it. So that's interesting. And it also looks like his hands actually do open up a little bit, so that's another benefit to this figure right there, because it has more of a you could do more animation type of stuff, like opening the chest and all that for the Matrix, leadership and all that. So that's kind of cool. And I mean, some of these poses, it looks like he's fully posable, but I think he just looks like a great Optimus Prime. I don't know what it is about this. It just has that, I don't know, it looks more like a masterpiece almost in these pictures. I don't know what it is, but it just looks really good. like a very good G1 Optimus Prime, just trying to be a little more almost movie-ish, you know. So here he is next to the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime and the War for Cybertron Voyager Optimus Prime, which I recently just found in a store, and I had to roll out the credit card for that one, but yeah, I got him because I just love that design. But that being said, this thing is pretty huge compared to those two. I mean, I understand that they're kind of getting smaller. I mean, that War for Cybertron one, that's kind of wider, so it's kind of like you're getting your money's worth just because of he's bulky. But he's not as tall as like the Rise of the Beast one, obviously. So that's interesting. I think the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime was a little small though for a Voyager. So this version of Optimus Prime is probably actually more akin to the size of like Earthrise Generations Optimus Prime, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing by the size scale here, because yeah, I think that Earthrise one is the taller one for a Voyager. So that Voyager one probably lines up with this one pretty good. And I think this would like kind of fit into your Generations collection, honestly, as like another version of Prime. But here he is in his vehicle form, next to the in-game model of the semi truck. Now this is where I actually go into another realm, because I don't like the video game design of this. It's just too much gray, too much. It just looks like a rusty, like it's like they're taking parts off the truck and just kind of like switching it with garbage parts, and they couldn't figure out how to paint it. So it's like Optimus Prime forgot to finish getting his paint job or something. I don't know. I think they could have done better on the design in a lot of ways for the in-game model. But the truck mode on the toy is a little better, but it still has a lot of that gray. Because I mean, they're obviously trying to copy the video game, and they do have a bunch of paint splatter on the front, which you know how fans love that stuff when Hasbro decides to do that, where it's like war paint and war battle marks and all that stuff. I hate that stuff. I hated that on all the Siege figures. Had to take it off on so many of them, and that just wasn't fun. So anyway, here's two pictures on this, and one of them was lighter than the other. I don't know why, so I don't know what happened there. But anyway, so you get two different looks at this. But this is from behind, and this really fills out pretty good. I mean, he's got a lot. Everything covers, even in the back of the semi truck. It's pretty much covered. And of course, you could stick the weapons on the side. I've never been a fan of that. I've always been more of a fan of the weapons folding up somewhere and going somewhere in the vehicle form, maybe. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to take them off anyway, and if he's in vehicle form. But yeah, this is kind of cool. It's got a lot of detail that's in there that's really filling in all the gaps and making everything look a little bit more interesting. He doesn't have a window on the cab door, though, I noticed, on the side for the door there. I don't know if that's like that in the video game. Anyway, I'd have to look again. But yeah, so this is it just looks like Optimus Prime getting ready for war on Earth. It's like War for Cybertron, except for War for Earth. So yeah, this just looks like a rough version of Optimus Prime in a wartime end time scenario. But anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about on this. I just figured I'd cover this thing because I think it's kind of cool looking. It's worth talking about anyway. So tell me what you think about this thing in the comment section below. And like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.